yeah.
Alright, so the E36 in good condition lasted about a week. Last night we went out skidding. I have a few clips. I didn't bring the camera, but I did film some on Daniel's phone, so I'm gonna throw those clips in a second. But went too wide on one, knocked the curb a little bit, didn't mess up my rim or anything, didn't really hit right there, just swiped my bumper right off the car. So it ruined my lip and my bumper. So now we're looking like this. I also bent my exhaust too. It clipped it right there. That's all actually just from the rear lip. That's all the fiberglass that's wedged under there. The exhaust is bent. I think it used to sit about here, so a few things to do, but first let's check out the damage on this stuff. Oof. Already so soon. Scratch my roll cage a little bit too in the meantime. Let's see what we're working with right here. So, go chip up top. This is where the exhaust just ripped her apart. The exhaust caught right there and just shredded her. Right at the bend. Oof. But other than that, thing's pretty solid on the corners. The bumper, I'm upset about the bumper because the part that actually holds the bumper on is still right here, and that usually goes on the inside here, and that's what mounts the whole bumper up. So that kind of sucks. I'm gonna have to figure a way to mount that up. This one's still good. I think out of anything on the whole car, I'm more upset about this. I actually bent, like, not just this tip, but like the whole exhaust is bent. I can see by the hangers. So now I have bumpers cracked, rear lips cracked, side skirts cracked from the tire that one day. Over fender's cracked. I also wanted to show one thing was Audew. They make this super cool jump starter, which is literally a lifesaver that I feel like everybody needs to carry around with them. Carry it in your car with you. You never know when your battery dies. So this thing's really cool because how portable it is, and it all comes in this one case. But this is the jump starter. This thing right here can jump your car. So if your battery ever dies in your car, you can literally just use this, use the jumper cables it comes with, plug it in, hit it. I got 98% battery right now. The battery in this thing actually lasts a really long time too. And then you just plug it into a battery. This light will give you a green light when it's ready. I really can't even explain how many times I used this in the last like year. This is like my favorite little portable tool that I have. I always carry it with me in every car I go in. Every time I take this thing out, I carry it because before I put the cutoff switch in this thing, for some reason, I have something wiring that's shorting out or something because the battery would die in this thing every time. And if I didn't have that portable jump starter with me, there's several times I would have had to push my car or have someone come jump me. But this thing saves me every time. So get yourself one of these. get yourself one of those, because it's always one of those things that's going to come in handy the one time you need it, and it makes it always worth it. So on the description is a discount code for that. We've used that thing on like every build we've done in this garage. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put the car on jack stands. I think I'm going to use this time right now to kind of fix everything. Not only that, but go through, tighten everything, try to align the car a little bit more. I think I'm also going to pull the transmission, because I've been wanting to see if maybe something's rubbing on the inside, because I don't remember the car whining when I first got it running, and now it has like a really bad whine to the transmission. So I'm hoping it's the throwout bearing, because it kind of clunks like a throwout bearing when I come to a stop. So I'm going to check that out, drop the trans. So here's some of the damage to the exhaust. Hanger's bent, exhaust is dented all the way down, tips bent a little bit. You know, I gotta show you guys some things though. Look at this. So this car, so when I put everything in this car, is brand new. So a lot of things I had to tighten down, but they kind of need to be broken in first. So my diff mount bushing is starting to pull out and the bolts loose. All my drive shaft bolts are completely loose. I think that right there is a lot of the noise I've been hearing. So my camera arm bolts are, I'll just hand tighten this one, loose, come down. This one's completely missing the nut on the other side, and the bolt's halfway out. It's literally, it's barely even in there right now. There's so many things that just got loose on this thing. I'm pretty sure these are loose on my axles, because if you look, kind of has a little play in it. Wow. So I'm gonna go through and check every single bolt in this car in the rear right now, tighten everything up. I can't believe that, but I'm also gonna start getting ready to drop this transmission. I'm gonna try to do it without dropping my exhaust, because it looks like it dodges the transmission up there the way they put it on. So I've been going in on loosening up all the bolts for the transmission. I just got it to where it's the last 2 bolts underneath, so I'm gonna put the jack under the trans, under those 2 bolts, and try to shimmy it out. Hopefully it comes out easy, and then hopefully we could see if there is any damage, what that noise is, or this was a giant waste of time. But we'll find out right now. Holy moly. That was the worst transmission pull I've ever done in my life. I had to bolt my 350Z transmission like 10 times, and it was way easier than this. This thing was a pain in the ass. So I pulled everything off. The flywheel is good. I made sure it was tightened, and it was good. Clutch doesn't look too bad. It is the pressure plate, so everything on that side seems good. Now there's a little bit of play in the output shaft, and I don't know if that's normal, that little bit, but I don't think that would be that catastrophic. And then I found this, which is like the, I guess it would probably be like the throwout bearing guide that bolts in there. I noticed there's a bunch of scoring on the guide itself, so I'm wondering if something was grinding on that. But anyways, this seems kind of loose on here as well, the throwout bearing. So I'm thinking the guide is just maybe a little worn down. But I have another Get Rag 250 trans on the side of my house from my other BMW. I think I'm going to take the guide out of that since I think it was in better condition. Throw it in there, clean up the trans a little bit, put the throwout bearing on, and then just throw the trans back together, because I don't know what else it could be in the wine, and I'm not going to go through here and take this trans apart because it's just not worth it. These trans are only a couple hundred at the junkyard, so there's no reason to actually try to open this up and replace all those parts and go through that headache rather than just buy a new trans or dry this one until it blows. So I think I'm going to go get the other guide, clean it up, clean the inside of the trans, start putting it back together. It sucks I just did all that work just for that though, but I guess it's better safe than sorry. After realizing how beat up my car is going to be getting from just drifting, every time I go, like the car's just getting beat up, which is going to happen regardless. It's a drift car, you can't be mad about that. But it makes me question the color I was going to do on paint. So I almost want to do black, but I don't want to make it just so plain. So maybe I'll do like a really glittery black and some type of vinyl decals. I don't know. I go back and forth on whether I want it to be a super hot boy color or just make it dark. It's 1:30 in the morning now. It's been exactly 12 hours since I started. I pulled the transmission, retorqued the flywheel, retorqued the pressure plate. The clutch looked fine. The throwout bearing is a little looser on the actual throwout guide than I want it to be, so I end up using the one out of the older transmission I had. Put that back in. Transmission's back in now. Can't really see underneath there. I just got it on the jack right now because I need to go in, put in my drive shaft and stuff like that. But I also fixed my rear lip. There's a bunch of fiberglass still on it, but I just zip stitched it up for now, as well as this side that was on the inner part broken. The exhaust is super bent, so what I did right now is I got the car running to heat up the exhaust. It's a little bit easier to bend, but I have straps running trying to pull and twist it because I messed with the exhaust hangers, but it wasn't just those that would bend. Like the whole exhaust on the rear is actually tweaked itself, so the only way I might get that out is by bending the pipe again. So this is my strategy right now. Heating it up right now, get the pipes hot, and then I'm gonna start cranking it slowly down and tweaking it over. It's scary because it's connected to my headers, I know, but sometimes you gotta risk it for the biscuit. Got the front bumper and the front lip on. That's rare. This thing hasn't had that for a while. It had so many problems with the clearance of rubbing, but as you can see, I trimmed a bunch out. It still might not be enough, so I'm gonna drive around tomorrow a bunch and make sure, but that's the full kit. The only thing I don't have on right now is the sunroof. So I also got the rear bumper fitted back. It looks good. The exhaust is bent back. It is a little bit still off-centered, but it's pretty much possible to tweak it anymore. So that's where we sit with that. Bumper doesn't look too bad, actually. She's cracked up, cleaned. I can clean her up a little bit more, but ain't gonna get much better than that. Hopefully I can hit the track soon and get some real seat time and not just drifting around parking lots and everything like that. So until next time with the E36, I'll see you guys in the next one.